What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Tank Be Chopping, and I'm coming at y'all with another haircut tutorial. What we gonna do on this cut is we got a number 5 on top, and then we're gonna taper them up, and we're gonna add some enhancements. Let's get it. Alright, so as you can see, I just got a comb in my hand. I'm just combing his hair the way his hair would normally grow, but his hair's a little wild right now, so we just go ahead and get to cutting. I got my number 5 on my Babyliss custom FXs, and I'm just going over the top of the head. As you can see, I'm combing away all that extra hair with the comb. You can use a fade brush or whatever to do this. I just happen to have a comb on me, so that's what I decided to use for this part of the haircut. I want to make sure everything is even on top, so I'm making sure to go against the grain and across the grain, and basically just go in every which way I can on top to make sure all that hair lays down and gets cut down evenly. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I actually got my number 4 guard on here, and I'm going over all the sides with the number 4. And the reason why I'm doing that is his hair, it sticks out a little more than normal, so what I'm doing is I want to take it down a little lower on the sides. That way the sides don't actually look longer than the top. So I'm getting my number 4 guard, and I'm coming up to about the parietal ridge, and I'm making sure I'm flicking out and I'm not creating a harsh line. Basically this should fade in pretty good, so I shouldn't even need to do any other fading work after this. Alright, now that that's done, I got my red Babyliss Trimmers, and I'm setting in my bald guideline. So as you can see, I'm setting it in a rainbow shape. And the reason why I'm doing that is I like to keep the C cup a little darker than normal. So yeah, that's why I do it that way. And as you can see here, I'm actually lining up the back of his head, basically where the back taper is. And I'm lining up that just because I already had the trimmers in my hand, so I feel like it would do good for me to line it up now. Now that that's done, I got my Babyliss foil shaver, and I'm just coming right up to that line that I first created, and I'm flicking out. Alright, so now I got my custom FX clippers. I got my lever all the way open, and I'm coming up about 3/4 of an inch, and I'm still keeping that same rainbow shape. Now as you can see, I'm going over it a couple times. I just want to make sure I'm consistent and I get all that hair down to that length. And now I'm closing my lever halfway, and I'm coming up right below what I just did. And now it's closed all the way, and I'm flicking that bottom line out. So as you can see in this area, I tend to use some of the corners of the blade, and that's just because it's a small area and I don't want to use too much of the blade and basically just take too much hair off. So now I'm setting in my next guideline. I got my 1 guard on there, and I got my clipper all the way open, following the same shape, coming up about another 3/4 of an inch. Now remember guys, I like to do my tapers a little higher than normal, so that's why I'm coming up so high. You do not have to come this high. This is just what I'm doing because I know my client and me, we both like for the taper to look higher than normal, so that's why I'm doing it this way. So I started with the clipper open, then I closed it all the way, and I attacked that bottom line, and that basically took it out. So now I got my number 1.5 on there, clipper open, and I'm coming up some more. Once again, coming up about 3/4, and I'm flicking out. Close the clipper. And now the guard I have on here right now is my number 3 guard. The lever is open, and I'm gonna start fading down, but but I want to make sure I take away some of that bulk from behind the ear. So as you can see, I'm going behind the ear, I'm coming up to where the top of that taper is, and then I'm adjusting my lever as needed to get rid of dark spots. So here's my number 2 guard. Clipper is open. And once again, I'm just attacking these dark spots, taking this hair down, try to make sure it fades in well. So this angle is actually not a good angle for what I was doing here. It's gonna look semi-chillied right now, but once y'all see it from the side angle, you're gonna see like, oh, it is actually faded in nice. But yeah, y'all just keep watching. We still working, let's go. So now I'm doing some detail work. I got my number 3 guard on there again. I'm just attacking those dark spots. Remember guys, when it comes to detailing, you can be as precise and as detailed as you want. You can detail for an extra 5-10 minutes. You may use a lot of guards, you may not use any guards, you may just use one, or you might be done with the fade. Me personally, I like to detail a lot more because I feel that's what separates, you know, me from other barbers in the area, or just other barbers in general. Alright, so now I'm actually going to start on the back of this taper. So I'm lining him up on the other side behind the ear, going ahead and giving him that nice line. That way I can see how my taper is going to look when it comes to finishing off this taper in the back. So like I said, I just do this part now just because I'm already going to taper it up, and I already lined up the other side, so it'll help. It's going to help me give this man the taper in the back, make sure it's even, faded in properly, and it looks good. And this is just my preference. Like I said, guys, you can do this at the very end of your haircuts. I just tend to do it during, you know, middle of the haircut, or, you know what I'm saying, I just do it really whenever I feel it's convenient for me. And at this time, it felt like it was easy for me to do it now, so that's why I did it. So I'm using the same trimmers and I'm balding them out in the back. Go ahead and put that first bald guideline in so I can see where I'm starting and how high I'm gonna go. So as you can see, I decided to take the taper up a little higher, so I'm balding him out a little higher. Now I know for some people, y'all gonna be like, man, that's too high, bro, like what you doing? But like I said, this is something I do because I know my clients like their haircut this high. I've been doing it for a while. I feel really confident in my high tapers. And also, I just feel these higher tapers last my clients longer. And I know some of y'all might be like, well, why are you making these haircuts last longer? That means they're not gonna come to you as often. But no, you know, I make these haircuts last long and my clients enjoy that and they appreciate that, so they pay well and they tip well, and they're still gonna come in another week or two, so you know, it's no big deal. Alright, so now I got my clipper open and I'm coming up about 3/4 of an inch. And basically what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do the same exact steps that I took on the side of his haircut. I'm doing the same steps, only difference is I have more room to work with in the back and it's a bigger area to actually fade in. But it's the same steps, guys. So I'm starting with my clipper open and I'm gonna adjust that lever closed to try to get rid of that bottom line. So here's my number 1 guard, coming up 3/4 of an inch, flicking out. And once I set that guideline in, I'm gonna try to take away that bottom guideline by closing my clipper. Alright guys, if y'all haven't done so yet, please make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if y'all help get me past that hump. And yeah, basically just help this channel grow. Like, I feel like I put out some good content, and you know, I feel like most barbers can find this information and these tutorials valuable. So yeah, that's basically what I'm just trying to do. I'm just trying to put some good stuff out there for other barbers. You know, whether you're a new barber or an older barber in the game, like myself, I just want to put out some good content for everybody. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you ain't done so. Make sure you like this video also. And if y'all like what y'all seeing, make sure y'all leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this haircut so far. And like I said, we are going to add some enhancements on the edge up. So yeah, man, y'all just keep watching. You know, like I said, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to make sure that I give y'all a variety of content, not the same thing over and over. So that's basically what I'm doing. So I hope y'all stick around because I'm going to be putting out some dope stuff, man. So y'all just stick around. And if y'all haven't done so, once again, please subscribe. All Alright, back to this cut. So I'm just doing some detail work here. I got my number 1.5 guard and I'm just detailing it, flicking out, attacking dark spots. And I know I need to get some different color guards, that way y'all can follow along without me having to speak on exactly what I'm doing. I am in the process of getting that. Just getting some different color guards so I can have like a little key, a guard color key in the corner, basically how Chris Bazio does it. So that way, like I said, y'all can follow along with what I'm doing without actually me having to explain so much. What y'all think about this taper so far? I feel like it's coming out blurry. I feel like it's looking good. It is a little high, but remember guys, I do that because my clients like it. Yeah, we working, let's go. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to the edge up. As you can see, I'm starting off in the middle, creating my first initial guideline. And then I'm sliding the trimmer over and just following that guideline. And don't expect to get your edge up super straight on the first try. Like a lot of people just want to do that one tap and move over, one tap, move over, one tap, move over, and be done with the edge up and expect it to be crispy and super straight. In reality, guys, it doesn't happen like that all the time. Sometimes you're gonna have to turn your client towards the mirror. You're gonna have to look at it from a different angle, from the side angle, from the front, just to make sure everything is in line, make sure everything is proportionate, and make sure everything just looks good. This was actually my first time using these trimmers. They were not zero gap. These were straight out of the box. Put them to use. They're working pretty good. I like them. But as y'all know, I am a Babyliss junkie, so yeah. But I rocks with them. All right, guys. So now I got this man with the shaving cream on. I'm cleaning him off with a nice hot towel, and then I'm gonna start hitting that edge up with the razor. Alright, so with the razor, the only thing I'm basically doing is just going over the same thing I did with the trimmers. So I'm not doing anything special. I am making sure I hold that razor flat, making sure I'm stretching the skin tight. That way we lessen the chance of giving the client a nick. And yeah, we're just going over what we did. Make sure its edge up looks nice and crisp. Alright, so now we're going to add some enhancements. As you can see, I'm using, well, you can't see, but I'm actually using No Drip from Tune 45. I think this is the black brown. And I'm just going over his hairline, and I'm not overdoing it. I'm just giving it enough to give him a nice color and make them lines pop out a little more. Yeah, that's what we do. Let's go. Alright, YouTube, so this is the haircut. We did a 5 on top, taper fade, added some enhancements for the edge up. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this haircut in the comments, guys. I think I did this man right. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And if you haven't done so, remember, guys, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all, YouTube. Until next time.